Welcome to Module 2, General Requirements, Chapter 14 of NFPA 72. This is where installation ends and the system's real life begins. Everything we cover from here is about proving year after year that the system you designed and installed actually still works. Think of this chapter as the code's accountability framework for every fire alarm and signaling system in service today. Chapter 14 covers inspection, testing, and maintenance for all systems, their initiating devices, and notification appliances, plus single and multiple station smoke and heat alarms and household signaling systems. Notice 14.1.3 as well. Other parties can require procedures exceeding this chapter's minimums. So a client's insurance company or a corporate standard can go further than the code requirements. Chapter 14 is our floor, never our ceiling. Here is a genuine question before I answer it for you. Does Chapter 14 apply to existing systems or only to new installations? Think about it from a risk perspective. A system installed, for example, 20 years ago, does it still need to work today? Of course, yes. Please vote yes or no. Then I'll show you exactly where the code settles this in 14.1.4. And there is your answer. Chapter 14 applies to both new and existing systems. No exceptions based on installation date. Look at these two panels on your slide. One older, one modern. That doesn't matter. Both should work. Age of equipment never exempts an owner from ongoing inspection, testing, and maintenance. This single provision is why inspection and testing and maintenance work never stops, regardless of how old the installed base is. Chapter 14's purpose breaks into two parallel tracks, inspection and tests, each with 3 phases: initial, periodic, and reacceptance. Initial happens at the commissioning, periodic is your ongoing cycle, and reacceptance follows any modification or repair. You keep these 6 boxes in your head when you're working on the standard. Nearly everything else in this chapter is really just filling in the detail behind one of these 6 categories. Now we are in the performance verification. 3 requirements we have here. The system must have an inspection, testing, and maintenance program, not optional, not informal. That program must satisfy both the code and the equipment manufacturer's published instructions, both, not either. And ultimately the program's job is to verify correct operation. This performance verification, not paperwork for its own sake, you are proving the system doing what it is designed to do. Okay. There are 2 terms that we discuss and we must never confuse: deficiencies and impairments. A deficiency per 3.3.76 interferes with the intended service or reliability of a part or system. It's degraded, not necessarily dead. An impairment, by the way, 3.3.149 explains it, is an abnormal condition where a system, component, or function is actually inoperable. The distinction drives everything downstream: notification timelines, AHJ reporting, and how urgently you need to respond. Okay? So when you find an impairment, notify the system owner or their designated representative immediately. Keep a written record for 1 year, and if the system is out of service more than 8 hours, we should report to the AHJ. The AHJ can require mitigating measures, firewatch for example, during the downtime. And when the impairment's resolved, both the AHJ and owner must be notified again. Deficiencies and impairments must be corrected. That's non-negotiable. If they are not corrected on the spot, you inform the owner in writing in 24 hours and notify the AHJ if the system's down more than 8 hours. Mitigating procedures may still be required, of course, and don't forget product recalls. Sometimes we have those, also require written notification to the owner and their or their representative. Okay. Not everything you note during inspection, testing, or maintenance is a deficiency or impairment. It can be an observation. An observation is a suggested correction, improvement maybe, or enhancement. Something that would be nice, not something that's broken. Critically, the owner is not required to act on an observation. This distinction protects you as the technician and protects the owner from being forced into unnecessary upgrades disguised as code violations. And now we are in the responsibility. Who is actually accountable? Property owner, building owner, system owner, or the owner's designated representative? All four converge into a single defined responsible party. This matters because in multi-tenant or leased buildings, ownership and system responsibility often split across different people. Before you start any inspection, testing, or maintenance work, identify who that responsible party is. It shapes who you notify and who signs off. Now we came to the personnel qualifications. 9 categories of qualified personnel we have in the standard: designers, installers, inspection, testing, service, programming personnel, plans examiners, supervising station operators, peers personnel, which is public emergency alarm reporting system personnel, in short, and maybe a gateway reporting system personnel. So notice the definition of qualified on the right side: competent, trained, acceptable to the AHJ. That last part, of course, matters. Credentials alone don't guarantee qualification. The AHJ has the final say on who is acceptable in their jurisdiction. That's all for our trial presentation. Thank you for your interest in our training.